Another illustration from the orchard, we'll call it. So I remember last fall when I was starting to make plans for, where would I put the trail going through this orchard. I remember looking at this bush, and it was just so weighed down by grapevines, and it had so many leaves itself. It's like I had no idea where to start. So I in the spring here, when all the leaves were gone, and I just came in here with a little pruning saw, and I cut all of the trunks. And lo and behold, when I drug all the trunks out, there was a grapevine right there. And you can see it's gone up. It's gone up this tree. Don't want to get into the sun there, but it's gone up that tree, and I'll have to pull that down. But the lesson I took away from this was, if you look at your life and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a mess, I don't even know where to start. Start by prayer, and then start doing with what you can do. I knew that this bush had to go, and so I started down by the root, or by the trunk, and I just started cutting, and I started dragging the dead junk away from the trunk of the bush, and that's when the grapevine was exposed. So if you start cutting away the dead wood, and you start dragging that out of your life, and you start making room for good stuff to grow, the root of the problem, like the grapevine, is going to be exposed, and then you can go at that thing full tilt, and you can cut that up, and you can throw that into the fire rather than the fruit. And here's another little interesting thing. You see this little tree here? This tree, I thought this was something I had cut down, but the tree was growing way back there under all this brambly stuff. And it grew, it was so hungry for the light. It grew along the ground. And then now, of course, because the way it grew, it's not going to stay, but that's the way we need to be with our lives. We need to see the light, and even if we can't get straight to it, we need to go towards it, do anything we can to get towards it. And eventually you get out from under the bad stuff, and you can start to grow straight up into the light. Stay strong, brothers.